was never able to live the life that I wanted. I'm gay.
You're gay.
About 5 years ago, the most famous trans kid on the planet, Jennings, went to someone in order to get hypnosis therapy, and the goal was to find out who Jazz was in her past life. I, of course, don't believe in past lives. I don't really believe in hypnosis either. However, I do believe that Jazz in this clip is extremely relaxed and almost asleep, so we're actually listening to her subconscious.
I'm in like a town center. It's like a market.
What's your name?
Cal. I don't think my family wants me.
Why?
I'm gay.
You're gay.
That's very overwhelming to hear. When Jazz is under hypnosis, when Jazz is the most relaxed, half asleep, and you're talking to her subconscious, she's telling us that she's a gay man and not accepted by her family. Let that sink in for a second.
I'm just alone in the market. I'm hungry.
We're gonna look forward to the last day of Cal's life. What's happening?
I'm sitting on a rocking chair. I was never able to live the life that I wanted.
The reason why I get upset is because Jazz never got the opportunity to be a boy, which she biologically is. Jazz's parents have been treating Jazz as a girl since she was only 2 years old. So that's basically her entire life. And when Jazz is imagining herself as an old person, she has the feeling that she never got the opportunity to be her true self. It makes me really sad and emotional because no one deserves that. Obviously, I don't have a problem with adults transitioning. I'm one of those adults. But you cannot do this to a child. It's unethical. When this woman asked Jazz, how are you feeling when you're old? Imagine yourself being old. How do you feel? Did anyone ask her that before she got the medical treatment? Why are we not asking those questions? It's really relevant because this is an irreversible, permanent medical treatment. You cannot go back. Jazz doesn't have a period. She can literally not go back. A gender transition is permanent. It's not a quick fix. And when we're talking about kids, it's like we think less of their future. And I don't think that they deserve that. Are we really supposed to ignore that the most famous case of a trans kid doesn't feel fulfilled in life? This is not what's supposed to happen. You're not supposed to transition and then still feel unfulfilled. As I said, Jazz is expressing that she doesn't feel fulfilled and she doesn't feel accepted. What does she mean she's not accepted? She's the most famous trans kid in the world. She has been praised her entire life for being who she really is, which I think now we can question.
So what was he hungry for?
He was hungry to be accepted.
What advice do you have for Jazz?
She's still hungry to be accepted. She's just got a little mixed up.
Oh my god, it's so disturbing. I have a really hard time watching and reacting to this. I would really love to know what she means by being mixed up. To me, it sounds like Jazz is truly a gay man, but got mixed up because her mom raised her as a girl and forced her to go through a medical transition because, she couldn't consent to it herself, so her mom approved, her parents approved of this medical transition.
That is what happens with emotions. We get mixed up. That's okay. That's okay.
And Jazz saying, that's okay, is a way for her to convince herself that what she has been through was okay. No matter if Jazz Jennings is truly trans or not, I really hope she is, this is not okay to do to children. You cannot put medicine into healthy children. You cannot cut into children's healthy body parts.
I was definitely able to connect a few dots from my past life to my current life. There were a lot of underlying themes that are relevant to what I'm going through now.
Like what, Jazz? What is really relevant to your life today? Because it does sound like you want to detransition. When you watch the clip of Jazz being in hypnosis, and you hear about her being a gay man, not being accepted by her family, and if you add a more recent clip of her saying, I don't feel like myself ever,
I just want to feel like myself. All I want is to be happy and feel like me, and I don't feel like me ever.
I think it's perfectly reasonable for us viewers to get really worried. and question if she is a trans woman.
And the analogy of being hungry for food, but also hungry for something else in that marketplace.
It's just acceptance. And I know here in this world, not everyone accepts all your choices, whether that be your family, someone you've never met before.
I'm a little bit confused about what she's saying right here because she's actually deflecting. Why are you talking about other families when you were crying when you were under hypnosis, saying, I don't feel accepted by my own family, I feel alone, I feel rejected? Why are you then, when you're awake, talking about other people? This is not about other people, this is about you and about your subconscious. You cannot ignore that. But I understand that she's deflecting. She has been trained to deflect for many years now, so I don't blame her.
Jazz puts a lot of pressure on herself.
Oh, Jazz puts a lot of pressure on herself? Did you mean to say her mom? Her parents? Her family? I do see that Jazz is under a lot of pressure, but it's coming from her family.
I think that her being able to experience that past life allowed her to connect the binge eating and her needing and wanting acceptance.
How? You didn't do anything. Nothing happened after this session. And in real life, she's binge eating, putting on a bunch of weight, which is a way to reject reality. It's a way to distance yourself from your body. You don't think that has anything to do with her gender transition? I cannot be the only one connecting those dots. We're talking about an individual in their 20s who never got the opportunity to experience their natal sex, been affirmed as the opposite sex since they can remember, has been exposed on TV since they were 6 years old, 5 years old. And after the individual is done with their medical transition, they still feel miserable. They're open about dealing with their mental health, dealing with anxiety, depression, and an eating disorder. An eating disorder meaning she actually doesn't feel comfortable with her body. Oh, right, that has nothing to do with her being trans. Oh, yeah, I'm such an idiot.
I'm making up for, that past life where I wasn't able to be myself.
I share a lot of similarities with Cal. He was looking for that acceptance but faced intolerance.
That's kind of a stretch. I think it's about you trying to convince yourself that that's why you're saying all those things. When you don't think about it, when you didn't think about the cameras pointing at you, when you didn't feel pressured to say something, reading from a script. But yeah, you can believe that in your past life you weren't accepted, you couldn't be yourself, so now you're gonna make up for it. The thing that really doesn't add up here is Jazz has been accepted, affirmed, validated her entire life. Well, if she's a true transsexual woman, you could actually argue that she has been accepted. So her expressing that she feels rejected and not accepted by her own family, maybe it's because she's not trans and her family cannot accept that. Let me say her mom, because she's definitely the worst of them all. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want, you can support me with a donation under Super Thanks. It helps me out so much, you have no idea. You can also become a member of this channel where I make exclusive content decided by you, and I hope to see you there. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.